Should a CEO be seen doing what Mr. Musk did?
Absolutely not, but he's not a typical CEO. I think we're hearing across all the media airwaves that he's a visionary. I think that's important, and he's a great leader when it comes to ambition. But leadership's not just about, mission and driven and confidence. Actually, people always forget leadership is about holding people's fear. And you've got to hold the fear of your company when you're going through change. You have to hold the fear of investors when it gets wobbly. And in this case, it's been a train wreck. So in that regard, I have to be honest, he shouldn't be leading a public company. But I believe if he was to stand down totally, Tesla would have a major problem in its future.
Henry, what do you think? Do we care what he does on his private time? But this was not private. This was public.
No, this was not. It was in a public situation, and obviously everybody's talking about it. I think we do care. It's not a good look right now, unfortunately, given what Tesla's going through. I think he feels like it has to be all him. It really does not.
What importance or non-importance do you put on his statement that I'm really not a business guy, I'm an engineer? Didn't we kind of know that was his passion?
And he has permission to be that. That's what we know him for. I mean, he's one of the most famous CEOs in the world. Let's be honest. Most people don't know many CEOs' names, but we all know about Elon Musk. The problem that Elon's done, that he's failed in the crisis situation that he's in. He's failed to acknowledge the serious nature of this problem. He's failed to put together a crisis plan and marshal a crisis team that can handle the media. He is not responding to the scale of this crisis, and he's not taking advantage of communication opportunities. He's smoking joints on a podcast.
The problem is, though, much worse. I mean, Henry, the problem is also the board. And the board may have been criticized in the past for being very cozy. That's not a problem until it's a problem. And right now it's a problem. They've been sitting by idly this whole time since that August 7th tweet, allowing Elon Musk to do whatever he wants, bringing on problem after problem onto the shareholders and to the company.
That's exactly right. And that's why I do think the board and the company just need to bring other executives to the fore. Elon absolutely has to get control of himself, not do things like this. And I think confidence can be rebuilt relatively quickly. If you look at Apple, another company that had an incredibly charismatic and powerful founder that everybody loved, he was the company. Who was in the wings? Tim Cook, who has been this amazing CEO for the last several years at Apple. He was running manufacturing. You had many other executives who were really good at other things. People knew that. That's what Tesla needs to do. And that actually will take pressure off of Elon.
That really presumes that there would be a founder who really wants that person waiting in the wings. We've seen with other companies this year, I mean, look at Wynn Resorts, where you had another visionary founder who was the CEO, and the board was not taking control or action in the lead up to things going wrong for Wynn, or now what Papa John's is going through and the fallout there. How much of this, Dean, has to do with having a founder who this is his baby and he's used to being able to run the company the way he wants to?
Well, I think it's a question of trust. And I think at the moment we're focusing on trust of investors and they're worried about it. What about the trust in their customer? If I'm looking at this now and I'm thinking about buying a Tesla, that's their problem. Am I going to buy that vehicle? And I think a lot of people are being put off. And we all know BMW and Audi and Merc have got theirs in the pipeline and they've got their solutions out there.
You mean you wouldn't buy a Tesla because Elon Musk smoked some weed on
Well,
TV?
I think it's more concern about the quality of the car and if it's going to be produced and if the parts are going to be good. There's lots of questions. He's always on the production floor, sleeping under his desk. It doesn't sound like a particularly professional outfit. And you're going to get concerned about that. If you're going to invest 60, 70 grand in a vehicle, that's going to be, you really have to, hit that in a big way.
Yeah. Well, let's isolate that problem, because that problem, the tent, the concerns about the quality, that probably, if you wanted to make the case, that situation existed prior to the August 7th tweet, correct?
Right, correct.
So what has happened since to make you think, oh, well, now maybe the quality won't be good. Maybe they won't produce these cars. Maybe I won't buy a Tesla, because I would say maybe this stunt that Elon Musk pulled, whatever you want to call it, it could cause people to buy Teslas because they are enamored of Elon Musk. Yeah. He is that CEO, and this burnishes
the rebel.
That, right, exactly, that reputation.
Absolutely, and I think that can work for him too, but we are talking about 60, 70 grand.
Right.
So I think there's a price tag to that.
Henry, what about the departure of the head of accounting here? Does it raise any concerns for you that this company might be facing more problems with its financials?
Immediately. And you see that, especially when a senior accounting executive joins the company, he's in position to become CFO, he leaves after less than a month. Now it's coming out that it's because they weren't listening to me, they didn't pay any attention to me. I'm sorry, that's got to rock the confidence of even the most bullish investor. And the CFO is so important at a company like this. And any time you have an executive come in who's experienced, got a good reputation, suddenly leaves, you say, oh my goodness, what did he or she see that scared them so much that they had to go? So I actually think the stock reaction, I'm surprised it's not down more, just that people aren't more worried about that. But it certainly has had a heck of a tumble since the whole idea that they were going to go private.
And evidently the accounting official who left was not the only person who's left in recent days or weeks from
right.
Tesla's
they didn't,
higher
they didn't
ranks.
have big names. He needs a Sandberg, a Tim Cook type person, somebody who knows their operations, that wants
Henry's
to dig in the
point,
dirt.
yeah.
You know, and they love doing analyst calls, and they don't say it's boring. That's what he needs. But they need someone with a big name, not someone who's just good.